CBS News correspondent David Begnaud has been covering the storms and its aftermath from the very beginning. He's actually inside George R. Brown Convention Center, which has been serving as a shelter. David, you gave us a good look at sort of the vantage point last hour. Give us a sense of what it is for those people. Can you give us a look around?
Yeah, so, you've got 1,700 people or so at the last count that the Red Cross had. We expect an updated number later today, but here's a look at it. Here are all the services you have. First of all, the volunteers, right? So if you want to help out here, this is where you come, put your name down. They'll take anyone with a good heart who's looking to help. As we walk, you have everything from social services. Let's say you have a question for Child Protective Services. They are here. They have the nuns of Mother Teresa's order who are here at the table if you want a prayer, Catholic services. You have immigrant protection for women and girls who are here. And then we noticed the people who just stopped in the middle of the room and started singing. And I have to tell you, when you hear people break out in song in a shelter, you kind of gravitate to it because you want to know who they are. Some of these are volunteers, but they're also people who have wonderful voicing and came here to sing. I'll let you listen for a minute. Nice, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
As you head down, as you head down, you have stations where people can come. Like, this is a Social Security Administration. So anyone who's got a question, if you lost your card, right? If you need a birth certificate, people who, by the way, their apartments were flooded, they may be trying to find a new apartment or figure out whether they can get out of their lease or should they stay in their lease. A lot of questions will start here at the Social Security Administration. Rena, so many donations have come in from people who want to help. And a lot of times it can get to be too much, believe it or not. Sometimes they'll say they're overwhelmed. Here what they have is an area where you can drop off stuff, but you can also pick up all sizes, male, female, kids. They got it all here. The missing persons section, believe it or not, more than 1,000 people were reported missing at the height of the storm. Most of them have been found. There's about 14 or so that are still outstanding. And then if we were to go around the pole here, that's the area where all the evacuees are. Cameras are not allowed in there. Want to give people a little bit of privacy, but that's kind of a look around. There's actually the Papado Seafood Kitchen. So I got to tell you, between the hospitality, the good food, and the fact that it stopped raining, Rena, it's a pretty decent place. A lot of people here seem quite grateful. They just like to go home at some point.
That's a fascinating look, David. And we often know about the cots and the food that is arriving, but we never get to, you don't think about, you probably lost your Social Security card and you need that. It was really a great look inside there. I want to ask you, though, the president has touched down in Texas. What do we expect from him with this visit? What can you tell us about it?
So we're told that the president will meet with people who were directly affected by the storm, but he'll also meet with the volunteers who have been so crucial to the good work that is being done here. 24 hours a day. Just because the sun set, the rescues continued from the Coast Guard, from civilian Samaritans. So the president will get a taste of both. He'll also get an update as to how things are going here. By the way, the curfew is still in place here in Houston. Between 12 and 5 a.m., nobody is allowed to be on the street unless you are with emergency personnel or unless you're a civilian rescuer and you can prove to them that you are out. For the most part, Rena, this has gone from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. The mayor of Houston has said that. So the president will do that today. We're not sure where that is going to happen. By the way, this is the president's second visit to Texas. He was here on Tuesday. He went to South Texas in the Rockport area. But the president didn't meet directly with people who were affected, and he was criticized severely for not doing that, not showing compassion or empathy with people who were at the scene, who had been affected. But the White House said, wait a minute, the president didn't want to get in the way of rescuers. Today, he will be here meeting with some of those people. When he leaves Houston, he's going to go to Lake Charles, Louisiana, where they also had some pretty serious flooding. He'll meet with officials there, and then he'll head on back to Washington.
That role, consoler-in-chief, so important, especially to those victims there of Harvey. David Begnaud, thank you for that inside look inside the convention center and a sense of what else is happening for these evacuees. Thank you, David.
You bet.